If you watch the movie I Care a Lot, my sister's guardianship was much worse. She spent 8 years in a fraudulent guardianship and 4 years in forced isolation, and then she died. I just got off of a status hearing, and it was a feeding frenzy, and they just closed me out. They stole her life, and now they're just stealing her money. It was a kangaroo court, as far as I'm concerned. The lawyers, it was all about lawyers and how the lawyers are going to divide up my sister's estate. Lily's family didn't even have a voice. There was no voice for the family. It was only a lawyer-judge thing going on here today. I was like nothing. I'm the only living sibling. That was my sister. You know, I'm shaking. I'm absolutely shaking. And there is no security of justice here. There was none. There wasn't even a concern about a security of justice. Forget that. It was about the order of the speaking of the attorneys in relation to how they're going to really close out and divide up my sister's assets. I mean, my head hurts. My body's shaking. I never ever thought this kind of thing could happen. Not here. I know America has a bad reputation of slavery and everything else, but I thought that somehow we'd come through to the point where there was some legal, some force, something, some court that people could go to regardless of who you are, you know? And I find that here in this situation, it's like a lawyer's game that's been going on. It's a lawyer's game. And the pawns are the family members. And of course, the deceased, I mean, Lillie means nothing to them. And yet they're going to take her $4 million plus and divide it up. I mean, really? You know, Lillie and White were very careful with their funds. Yeah. And they did the American dream kind of thing, really. Work hard, save, invested. And of course, in my case, my husband and I, we were around the world helping in Africa, at Australia, invited by the Prime Minister, no less. I mean, and yet they defamed me. They defamed me. Like I can't even imagine how they treat a person who has not done the things that I've done in my life. If they can do that to someone who really has a record of doing good, God help anybody else that they get their hands on, really. And they find out that they have anything that they want. They have any property, any money. They're all after assets. They're greedy people who don't care anything about humanity. Now, you know, Scott and I, our whole lives were lived concerned about humanity. And to be caught at 85, the situation where there is none to me, it hurts. And I have no recourse. I have no government, no protection. I don't see the protection when I go before this kind of court. Is there protection? After all my life, what we believed. It's not protection. They're stealing everything. And I don't have any legal whatever to turn to unless I've got a lot more money to spend. And still I don't stand much of a chance. Not with what's going on here. This is a racket, you know. This is a racket. You see, there were, 4 or 5 attorneys. They're going to all be paid. And then there's Lisa Renee. We don't even know if she's a member of the family, and she's closing me out, calling herself the next of kin, and named herself representative, the whole 9 yards. She's taken over. And we don't even know if she's a relative, a blood relative. You know, nobody in our family even knows Lisa. Nobody. I don't know where to turn right now except to God. Really, and to Jesus. Believe me, they will get they'll get their rewards. Yeah, they will. Because they are wrong and they're evil. They're wrong and they are evil. People who do this type of thing, they're evil people. There's no humanity. And that's been my whole life. All concerned about humanity. All people. There's no humanity in this system. I'm just really hurt, very hurt. And I know my sister would be hurt. All of my family would be hurt. All of my sisters. There were 8 of us. 8. And Lillie was the last sibling that I had. I'm the last one. Not one of them could ever foresee this kind of stuff. I know I didn't. I didn't. I was too busy thinking good, trying to help people, thinking good, while they were thinking obviously evil and how to take advantage of somebody, like they did my sister, like they did me, my whole family. I want the Department of Justice to investigate this for systemic injustice. And I want to say here and now, there are families across the country going through this, and they need help from the federal government. We need help.
They're only interested in themselves. And if they find out you got a little bit of money, they're going to try to steal it from you and say you're incapacitated, which I'm not incapacitated at all. Then I'm going to end up having to take them to court and spend more money with lawyers to put them in their places, which I should not have to do. The thing about it is, they're going to have the devil to pay if they mess with my finances the way I've worked and tried to save to be where I am today. I'm not going to let them come in and steal what I have earned. Let them get their asses, out there and earn on their own, just like I have. And stop trying to steal from other people, especially elderly people. And I feel sorry for elderly people. I might be elderly, but I've got common sense. God has given me plenty of sense. That's right.
Tell it like it is.
The thing about it is, they seem to feel as if they can take advantage of the elderly, when they should be looking out for the elderly, who looked out for them when they could.
Well said.
Yes.
We're using that. That's like.
Yes. And if I have to go to court from time to time to speak, I will do it, because someone needs to speak on our behalf. You know, the elderly people who have worked very hard to be where they are today, and that they should not be treated the way they're being treated. People come in and steal everything they got from them. So like me, they have the doors open and ready. Come on in and take everything they got. They don't need it anyway. They're too old. I'd like to go to the judge and talk with the judge and let him know my circumstances. And I can do it better than anybody else. Nobody else can do it like I can do it because, see, I'm a victim of it.